So Cenk says it's Fox News. Howard Kurtz dismisses Cenk because he's a liberal, and he goes on to even make a worse false equivalency. Here we go.
I understand.
Incredibly ironic.
I understand why you as a liberal would want to blame Fox News, but when you have something as we just played, MSNBC's Alex Wagner saying that Charles Krauthammer and Bill O'Reilly are on the verge of calling President Obama a Muslim because of the criticism of the president's remarks. Neither of those guys has gone anywhere near that garbage, so it's not entirely just on one side.
Okay, so I showed you the clips at the top where Bill O'Reilly and they all went there. They went there. He said, none of those guys have come close. They're doing that. Plus, he said because of what Alex Wagner said on MSNBC, which he showed earlier before he asked Cenk this question. And here's the clip he's saying is the equivalent to what they were doing on Fox News. Here's the clip. Ready? Play it.
I think that Krauthammer and O'Reilly going after the president and saying he's not being tough enough on Muslims smells a little bit like a precursor to, is the president actually secretly a Muslim?
That's the clip that Howard Kurtz saying proves that both sides were doing it. Both sides were being vitriolic. She was pointing out how the other side was doing it. She wasn't doing it.
Yeah, her point's not great. It's not really evidence, but it's not the same thing as what's been happening on the other side.
It may not be great because we don't have a specific handy clip of Charles Krauthammer or Bill O'Reilly suggesting that the president might be a Muslim. But they did it for like 5 years. I mean, how hard is that going to be to find? Okay, insert Sean Hannity for Bill O'Reilly. Excuse me, what a giant fucking error.
Well, we just showed you all those clips of all those people say, Eric Boiling and because Bob Beckel was once worked on a Democratic campaign in the 80s, somehow he's supposed to be a liberal. No, the reason why they got him on that show is because he has a penchant for saying the dumbest right-wing things, and they can say, look, even a liberal's saying it. That's not the same thing as a real liberal. They're not going to have Phil Donahue on the 5. So now he goes to another reporter. Let's play 15.
Bring in Jane Hall. Let me take you back to this core question. Why are some hosts and some pundits on the warpath, ideologically and otherwise, over this Boston tragedy?
I think that Fox is practically waging a campaign to link the words radical and Islam. I don't think radical Islam is a religion. I think what happens can be a perversion, from what I understand, of religion. I don't think the media should shy away from looking at how these young men got radicalized, what he learned when he went back to Russia. I don't think we should shy away, and I think sometimes we do. But I think that there's a difference between endlessly linking this and saying, they're helpfully having visuals that say radical Islam with these young men's pictures and talking about how they should have been shot in the boat and how the wife of one of the suspects should be imprisoned simply because she was wearing a headdress in the Muslim religion. I think
not everybody on Fox is saying that.
Not everybody. The whole network is not saying that at the same time.
No, Shepard Smith, I don't think he said that at all. So.
All 5 of the 5 weren't talking over each other saying that at the exact same time.
I mean, also, just when she started, because he's looking at her, she's the professor, and then she turns out she's, a liberal, I guess, just like Cenk. And then, so as soon as she says, he asks her the question, as soon as she says, well, the problem is Fox, he just is starting to sweat.
Yes.
Instantly.
Wait till there. Okay. In all fairness, everybody over there wasn't saying it. Right. But 9 out of 10 of them were saying it? Who wasn't saying it?
At what point do you have the network take responsibility for what the hosts say?
Right, exactly. No, it was just all the hosts.
What do you think Howard would say if she said, yeah, I know not everybody, Howard. 13 out of 19 hosts in a 12-hour period.
That's the most egregious thing missing from every political debate on television and in politics is the follow-up question.
Yes.
People make one statement that's like, well, not everybody. We'll be right back. And it discredits the whole thing. Please say, yes, nobody thinks everybody at the same time. That's not my point, Mr. Reliable Sources.
He's the watchdog, Ben. He is the goddamn watchdog. This is the guy. He's supposed to help you sort out what's happening in the media. Right. He could not muddy it more. He couldn't if he put both of his thumbs in your eyes and started telling you what was going on. Okay, now I got it. Well, thank you.
You have to understand he's still trying to recover from a gay basketball player coming out saying he's gay, used to be engaged to a woman, now he's gay, and not saying he used to be engaged to a woman. When he said it, he didn't say it. I didn't hear it because he wrote it. I didn't read it because I skipped that paragraph. His apology for that whole thing, I couldn't see. He apologized for like 7 things in a row. He was like, I apologize for having skipped that. I also apologize for not hearing it the next morning. I apologize for not fully retracting it. And then apologize for joking about it the next day. I apologize for not fully saying sorry about my joking about it the next day. I'm gay. I apologize for that joke. That was a joke. I apologize. It's a little much.
Ben Gleib, ladies and gentlemen. Nice going.